So a front engine sports car is kind of the reverse of a truck, I would say. So if you reverse this and you slam it down and you continue the roof line, then you pretty much have a front engine sports car. I'm going to show you what I mean. So let's first start by putting up as always, the wheelbase. I don't know about the circles, but I'm going to try to make them as round as possible, obviously. I'm just eyeballing this distance right now, but if you're unsure about the distance, as always, use reference points. So we have three. I'm gonna divide this into three boxes like we did the truck. So we have the front box right here. I'm gonna make this box lower than the truck box because it's a sports car, so the car is sitting low to the ground. Then we have the second box here. Goes somewhere like this, and then we have the third box, which is almost gonna stick out of this paper. Actually make it lower like that, slam it to the ground, and now what we need to do is obviously connect these dots. Actually, I think this box should be lower further back that way, so I'm gonna continue this, and we can use this as the angle for the A-pillar. So right now we're done with the proportions, and we're going to start to design this car. Usually they have a more of a sloping A-pillar, so more 45 degrees, maybe 60 or something like that. And then the roof line should just continue back. You can even connect this line to this third box, the end of the third box right there. So there we have a sports car proportions, and the thing here, one thing to keep in mind with all vehicles, especially sports cars since they have to be so low, is that the top point of the roof line should be where the driver's head is going to be. So that should be somewhere around there, which there's the driver's head, and you want to have the top point right here being the highest point of the roof line. That way you give the driver as much head space as possible, and it's also going to make the sketch look more realistic. And now we're done with the proportions. We can start to stylize this thing. I apologize if you hear any cat noises in the background. I think that's going to be a common theme in this course, because we're actually fostering two cats. We always have foster cats in here. We take them in from shelters that are pretty much overflowing with cats, so they need some help. And you know I love cats, so I can't say no. So you take them in, but sometimes they make some noise, and that's just how cats are. So we have the shoulder line here. Usually it's more muscular than any other type of car because it's a sports car. Sedans nowadays start to have this line as well. Sedans, I think, today starts to look more like sports cars for some reason. It's almost difficult to see if they have two or four doors sometimes. Just look at the Mercedes CLS, for example. And this greenhouse, you can design it just as you wish. Just you can cut it off right now, or you can extend it further, or do whatever you want with this. It's totally up to you. It doesn't really have it doesn't affect the proportions of the sketch, how this curvature goes. So that's all fine. And we can cut it off right there, make it like a Mustang back here, and then connect it to the rear wheels. It actually turned out to be a Mustang. It's funny. At least in the back. I don't know about the front. Front is more too soft to be a muscle car, so this is a weird mix of some different styles, I guess. Can put some tires out. make it a thickness on these. And same thing here, I always want to connect the car to the ground because otherwise it's gonna look like it's floating, and I don't like that. Sports cars have a lot of styling features in them. Same goes with the Mustang, actually. It has some styling features. So that's the fun part, I think. That's totally up to you to decide what kind of styling you want to put in here. The thing I don't like with the newest Mustangs is this line right here, which they had from a long time. I think they started in the 60s with this hockey stick graphic here on the side of the car, but they don't have it on from the 2015s and forward. They just made it a straight line, which kind of look a bit boring in my opinion. So I'm gonna add it back there just for the sake of keeping it as I want it to be. And we can also make the have like a, so we can see through the window. So this would be the A pillar of the inside, and this is the roof, and this is the C pillar of the inside. So that's a sports car, a front engine sports car. I'm gonna squeeze in a mid-engine sports car right here, and that's what we're gonna do next.